show is uncensored and is for adults only. Mature or immature, doesn't matter.
Peter, where have you been? You left for the market 6 hours ago. Did you get the beans?
Lois, I got something better. You know how you always wanted a real diamond engagement ring?
Oh, my God!
That's right. I bought a horse.
You bought a horse? What?
Well, I'll be back, kids. Stupendous. Oh, boy, do I gotta go. Open the door here. Pull down the pants. Oh! Busy right now. Oh. Barney! Barney! Come out, Barney! Will you just wait a minute? Oh, that was stupendous. Oops, here comes another one. Wait, my little legs.
Mama, I'm on the plane, sitting next to Chinaman. He's breathing deep like he'll be dead. Mama, flight has just begun, but now it's going hard and I'm afraid. Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been visiting Wuhan. Going on, and nothing really matters. Mama, I'm on the plane, sitting next to Chinaman. He's breathing deep like he'll be dead. Mama, flight has just begun, but now it's going hard and I'm afraid. Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been visiting Wuhan.
This is a public service announcement for Trojan Condoms. Will this commercial last longer than your partner? Does the sizzle end once you leave the restaurant? Are you looking for more roar and less bore in the bedroom? Well, Trojan Condoms is proud to introduce the newest member to our loving family of products. It's called the Time Machine. The Time Machine is our new space-age engineered condom from Trojan. With our special blend of ribbing, lotion, and oils, it will extend your lovemaking into infinity. Don't take it from me. Listen to one of our testimonials.
We're busy!
Or how about this one? We're ready for your testimonial.
We're coming! We're coming! We're coming!
Ha ha ha. Priceless. Get to your local drugstore today before you waste another moment, because once you start using the Time Machine by Trojan, time will stop.
Florida, it's the Charles Richardson Show.
Oh, my God. Is it that day already? Is it Friday? Please, can somebody tell me it's Friday? Billy, is it Friday?
Hell yeah, it's Friday.
DJ Loud, is it Friday?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Fuck yeah, it is. Thank you very much. That's right. It's Friday, everybody. It is the night of the 10th of September, 2021. Welcome to the show. DJ Loud up there in the Turbana. We're just going to call that because we can't call the turban. The Turbana. And down below right there with the big Colt cock right behind him. Watch how you don't get that thing slapped up in your face. That's cold and it's a cock, man. That's gonna be like a frozen sausage wiener. But we got Bad Billy in the house.
Good whiskey.
Oh yeah, I heard it's really good. Listen, you wouldn't have anybody sponsor your show if it wasn't good. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And apparently that cock is pretty good. We got a caller already. I think it's John. John, what's up?
Fuck DJ fucking Taliban and the line's stuck.
Listen, he went through a very emotional week after Wednesday because Joe went ahead and kind of got him all distraught. He had people listening to the show and they kind of like, what the hell kind of show is this? So he's taking it a little bit tough right now. So right now I'm going to become an honorary Lions fan until 1 p.m. on Sunday.
All right, I'll back down a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Right.
Go back to Pickle Park.
Just a little.
Yeah.
All right, I'll call you guys later. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Have a good show.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
I'll try to enjoy the show since I'm the one doing it. And we'll try to enjoy the show, actually. So, listen, and Loud wasn't the only one that was attacked by this mysterious old fuck. Down at the bottom there, somebody else got cold cocked from this guy. And he brought on some serious shit to you, man.
Oh, God.
I mean, apparently this one douchebag that you know says you robbed him blind, literally, and went ahead and, had a lavish lifestyle, I guess.
Well, there's a very, very long story behind that.
We got an hour and 49 minutes. We're good.
Okay. So this grudge that I have since let go, but they can't, has been going on for 11 years.
11 years. Damn.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't even keep grudges that long.
Okay. Well, you'll understand when I tell you more about this person. I used to work for a blind man by the alias of Fresno, FREZN0, and he is a zero.
Interesting.
That's his Twitter handle anyway. FREZN0. It's a Twitter that hasn't been used in years, but if you go there, you'll see there's personal information posted about me. Even one of the last tweets towards the end there, he said somebody was arrested for kitty porn, and then he puts victimless crime, so we know what kind of trash I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
Okay, but a lot of that at the time was on me too, because I kind of knew what kind of person he was, but I was living in Las Vegas at the time, and living in Las Vegas is expensive, and the job that it was also during the recession, so I had to take what I could get. And so
you sound like somebody that would like to work for a living and not just take handouts, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Fresno, of course, is a blind man. He was in his 50s, now in his 60s, and he's still he's in his Geritol years, and he still ain't grown up, which is really sad. So I worked
too much Metamucil for the brain.
I worked for him for a year and a half. He to give you a bit of background on Fresno, he's got, I will say to his credit, he's got an amazing radio voice. All right. But he's somebody who took his talent and just threw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
He he managed to get onto a station in Merced, California, and it only took 45 minutes on his first day of the job before he said something that was so highly against FCC regulations. I don't know what it was, but they didn't fine him. They pulled his license and banned him for life.
Jeez, what?
So here he is. He's living alone. He's computer stupid. And I found him on telephone chat lines.
Oh, I remember those. Damn,
yeah.
I remember hooking up with some Hizors back in the day.
Yeah. If you know who Little Hacker was, a.k.a. Matthew Wyman, he made fucking Rolling Stone magazine because he was swatting a lot of people, sending SWAT teams to people's houses because this one girl wouldn't have phone sex with him.
Well, see, listen, people have limits, Come on now.
But so to Fresno, he didn't have a computer. All he had was a cell phone and, of course, very computer stupid. He barely knew Braille, being blind.
Wow.
So
you're pretty much lost without it.
Yeah. He asked me if I could take care of some of his online stuff because with that voice he had, the best he could get after being banned from radio was a gay phone sex operator. This, I shit you not.
Listen, I'm not going to laugh because you're talking to somebody that you actually used to be one.
Oh my gosh! Anyway,
listen. I'm going to go ahead and rewind real quick and take a step back. I was willing to do whatever I had to do to make a living.
Hey, that's just as I'm talking about right now.
Right.
So I was hired on by him to take care of things like his Facebook, some of his Twitter, and of course his gay phone sex. If he had a client call him, I'd log into his account when he was done talking to them and tell him how much money he made and things like that, But as time went on, the guy's mentally ill in the head. If something doesn't go right, he gets kicked off a chat line. He starts putting out people's personal information, whether it be online or on the chat lines, start giving out their addresses, telephone numbers, even social security numbers if he had them.
Jeez. Well, a little invasion of privacy much?
Yeah.
And now Crazy Joe goes ahead and hands out his email address and say, hey, give me all this dirt you can about this bad Billy. And apparently first, middle, and last name was blurred out of you, so it's you can't hide behind Bad Billy anymore.
Oh, I never could, and I really don't care, But so it got to the point. Fresno had these services for the blind that were like text-to-speech things that he could connect to his Twitter, and he was giving out people's personal information on Twitter via that.
Yeah.
Well, that got hacked after people had enough of it, and that service got shut down. Then he asked me if I would, and offered me more money if I would sit down on my PC and type out people's personal information and juicy details on his Twitter account. And I said, look, I know I need money, but come on, this can get to my IP address. This can get me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
There's got to be a line drawn somewhere. So he got all pissed off and fired me. Then, because I worked for him. Good. I worked for him for maybe about a year and a half. So he goes on to say that the money he gave me was stolen. Yet I had Western Union receipts.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he gave me his debit card number and told me how much I could deduct, like I'd put it toward my cell phone bill or something like that.
Now, here's the catch with that. Do you have documentation or anything that shows that he gave it to you voluntarily?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because he would call my Google Voice, and any message left on Google Voice is archived into an MP3
it's saved forever. Like you can go back 10 years ago and had some type of hot message that you left to somebody and send it to your current wife, and it's like you're in trouble for something you did 10 years ago.
Well, and when I presented that to him, he did call the police. I gave it to the police, and he tried saying, "Well, my voice was Doctor whatever," and they said,
"Oh my God,
this sounds too much like you."
You know what?
He gets this douchebag, Chris Lauerman. I'm going to say his name because it's already been public before. Christopher John Lauerman, since he wants to put out William George Painter.
Yeah.
Okay, Christopher John Lauerman decides he has God knows what kind of grudge against me. I don't know why he didn't like me, but he took it as an opportunity to go to Fresno. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and put out that shit the same way he went to Crazy Joe, and I can tell you about Christopher John Lauerman is, he's even worse than Fresno in the fact that Fresno's disabled, got no life or whatever. Christopher John Lauerman had a mother who she wasn't a millionaire or she wasn't exactly overly wealthy, but she left him a good amount of money when he died for him to live off the rest of his life.
Well, that's nice.
And
I'll trade spaces with that.
And so, but he chooses to spend his time on telephone chat lines. He even had a girlfriend at one time who left his ass because all the time he spent on the phone, and said she was in the process of raising 2 other teenagers and didn't need a third one in the house.
Yeah.
And so, basically he's Fresno's ass kisser, his nut licker, whatever, his boot licker.
No, we'll go with nut licker. That sounds most grotesque.
Yeah. And, and this has been going on 11 years. Anytime he tracks down what I do on YouTube or whatever, because I commented on Crazy Racist Joe's YouTube video.
Yeah.
And he, Chris got wind of that and decided, hey, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And
it's just a whirlwind of drama. I mean, it's not, let's put it this way. With Joe having your information, it doesn't affect you personally or, financially, does it?
It doesn't. I mean, he's got my first, middle, and last name. He doesn't have a social security number. And I'm pretty sure that my old address that I haven't lived at for 8 years was given to him.
Oh, gotta love it. So, hey, listen, Loud, you can go ahead and say, listen, he may have said shit about you, but, he said shit about me to Loud. And it's like, you need to take over Charles's show. He's nothing. And it's like, bring it. I'll put myself on mute. Go ahead. If you could do a better show, go right ahead. I mean, I'm always up for being proven wrong, but Loud got shit on by Joe, and I don't know if any information would come out public, but it stung, man. On Wednesday, it kind of stung. Like Loud was put on point.
Yeah.
It felt like getting kicked in the nuts, to be honest.
You can't let Joe kick you in the nuts because, number one, he doesn't know what nuts feel like because he has none. And number two, he probably wouldn't be able to lift his leg that high anyway. So.
Okay, there's one thing in one of his videos that, obviously fart jokes are funny.
Oh, I mean,
we all laugh at them, but him, the way he does it. One of his videos where he's addressing you, he goes, he's starting to say something. He pauses in the middle of his sentence. Hold on, I got a fart. And it didn't even sound real.
No, it didn't.
And he leans over and you hear, and that, okay, I think you just, you just blew a raspberry. You didn't really fart.
Listen, I had some Chinese earlier. It wasn't Taco Bell. I might be able to go ahead and pull one out later on the show. I'll go ahead and I'll have to Lysol the microphone afterwards, but I'll definitely go ahead and do that. That would be a real one.
But I decided to taunt him a little bit because between me and Dirk from Arrogant Media, we decided to, let's just say, Matt Connerton and I were nice to him a few weeks ago.
There you go.
Dirk and I, we took the gloves off talking about him, which will be on tomorrow's edition of Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
of course, I decided just to piss Joe off. And I know this is childish of me, but I don't care.
I don't care either.
But, you know, how he got all pissed off about his face being in a Klan hood. It's like, oh, I'm going to do one better. And I managed to crop his head off of one of his pictures and put it on the body of Adolf Hitler doing the Nazi salute.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I have it too.
Yeah,
really?
You sent it to me, Billy, man. That was some funny shit. And you know what? We're all going to get to look at it right now. And you know what? If it's going to be anybody's fault, it's going to be my fault because it's my show that it's being shared on. The show of shows.
Please do it. Please
do.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, there should be one that's mostly black and white, but I kind of fucked up his logo for his show too.
It doesn't matter. It's a fucked up logo to begin with anyway, so it don't really matter. Don't take it personally. All right, here we go. Share the screen, share the tab. Fucking voila. There you go. And I'm going to just put it right there, full screen. I mean, it really looks like he's getting banged in the ass. He likes it, and he's like, salute. I mean, look at the shit-eating grin that he's got on there.
Always hating and masturbating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to keep. Yep. You got to go ahead and focus in on there. Always hating and masturbating. I'm a big fucking radio star.
Welcome to the Jerk Off Joe show.
The Jerk Off Joe. I love it. All right, let's get it. All right. We had some comments there, so obviously we wanted to go ahead and touch on that because of. Yes, Bad Billy and Dirk Don from Arrogant Media went ahead and did a show pre-recorded. It will air, rawtalkonlineradio.com. Of course, AOW Radio, our broadcast, you can go ahead and catch it on there as well. It will air. You will hear the conversation between Billy and Dirk. And, of course, it's going to go and include, I'm sure it's going to include Joe in a number of ways. And that's going to be something to hear. And I'm very anxious to hear it. So,
well, I was going to get to one other thing, too. So I decided just to taunt Joe a little bit. I emailed him that picture, and I said, there ain't going to be a damn thing you can do about this because he threatened with a lawsuit over the KKK picture.
Yeah.
Which he begged for a lawyer to get. He begged Congress for a lawyer for that.
Please give me a Congress. He actually had the number to Congress. Excuse me. Hello.
You'll have to ask Dirk about that. He knows the story behind that. So then he sends me an email, and I believe I sent you the screenshot of him. He didn't say the full word, but he called me an in-lover.
Yeah. That sounds like him. Means. That sounds like him.
Yeah.
I don't know. You only sent me his videos.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Just a second here. I will send you the screenshot of the email that he sent me because this shit does need to be exposed as far as I'm concerned for the piece of trash that he really is.
Yep. I mean, we've definitely exposed him on this show more than a few times, but you know what? One or two more times doesn't matter. I don't care. You know what? Oh, okay, went back on my word. I mentioned you on my show. I don't fucking care. While you're going ahead and doing that, let me go ahead and read some. Dirk on there went ahead and said, hang on, I got to fart real quick, brap. We got Melanie. Okay. Melanie Fox says hello. Oh, here he is. I got it. Hold on. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Da-da-da-da. Oh, here it is, yeah. I gotcha. There it is. It says, I know it's small print. By the way, scumbag, you're going to be blocked on here, so keep sucking my dick and lover. And the caption on the top of this is, are you going to sue me for this? And Billy says, I'm going to release this publicly, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it, bitch boy. I like your statement better because at least you were able to say your words out loud. He had to abbreviate his, which I'm surprised he actually could abbreviate.
Oh God! If you go to the Crazy Joe Show page on Facebook, you'll see one post. He can't even spell Nazi correctly. N-A-Z-Y.
You know, they have spell check on these damn things, and apparently he doesn't know how to use it. But he knows how to use Facebook Live and YouTube Live and all this other shit.
No, I think he had to use a desktop or laptop or something because he's not smart enough to use a smartphone.
Whatever, he's a dope. He's a dope. I think all three of us guys can agree this guy is basically just one step loose, becoming some type of gay Nazi.
He's a fucking lunatic.
Well, I know he's not a lunatic. He's just, he's in the closet. Wait. You take a look at where his studio is. It's a closet. Now, where do people that want to stay anonymous, don't want to reveal their sexuality, they don't want to come out and, be all flamboyant, where they stay? They stay in the closet. And that's all you see. I think there was one that he was in a kitchen. It probably wasn't even his kitchen. It was probably like, he probably intruded on somebody so he can go ahead and have a different background. But he's always in the closet. I mean, it's coming to me. He calls me handsome and beautiful, and he wishes he was there. He'd give me a great big hug. I mean, he said this. He said this on the air.
Remember, he said that first time I heard of him, and I thought, he'd be somebody to talk to at the time. He said right here on your show, "I kiss his ass."
He's a nut. Well, no, he's not a nutball. He's
Well,
I think he's
no.
No, he's nothing. That's all he is. He's nothing. And you know what? And I will say this, and I've done over the top to the point where it's like we should have just stopped talking about him. It's just like let him be. But he does. I will give him credit. He does know how to push certain buttons to make it interesting. I have to give him credit on that.
Well, I said this that you'll hear on Outlaw Radio. I'll just repeat what I said, that his only redeeming quality is that he's funny. And the fucked up
I don't even think he's funny.
No. The fucked up thing is he's not trying to be funny. He's funny because he's a fucking idiot.
See, Loud was given his penis size, but I think he was actually more talking about how funny he was. Right, Loud?
Yeah.
There we go. We'll go for that.
But that one video he posted, I do want to say this, whoever's listening, you go to the Crazy Joe Show YouTube, there is one video where he's got a towel wrapped around his head. Please report that, because that right there is going to only incite hatred and violence.
And I want to let you know, this right here, not a towel, but what Joe is. So that's not a towel, that's a Taliban. Or that's what did I say before it was? Is
a Talibana.
Talibana. There you go.
How about
a Talibandana. Yes. Thank you, Bad Bill. You and I. Yeah, we're there. We're there. The Talibandana.
We'll go with that. It's actually an A strap, but still, we'll go with Bad Billy's analogy.
I like that. But yeah. He's on there. It's like, listen, do you want your hose to be in control, or do you want do you want to have control of your hose? Give me a call. I'll go ahead and spank them around or whatever. And it's just so racist. Even the last one, I think he's actually suspended. I mean, because he hasn't made one in almost a day. The last one basically talks about, well, I'm not racist, but the black people are fucking the white people over. I mean. You're not racist, but you're over here talking about race.
And you can't deny the misogyny there.
Oh, none at all.
And and I talked about this other thing too, and I think this is a very important thing to point out is the fact that and you can disagree with me if you want, that's fine. But I think the whole reparations for slavery is fucking ridiculous and is only going to cause more division. And I talked to him about that, and he agreed with me. But then he turns around and he wants to hold every Jewish person alive today accountable for the crucifixion of Jesus. So I say slavery is an old deal and doesn't need to be addressed anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's okay to address something that happened 2,000 years ago?
We don't know. We don't know. 813-699-5353. We got a ton of people in the chat room, a ton of people chatting around there. So let me see if I can go ahead and throw around some legitimate chats that we're talking about. Dirk, we already went and mentioned that he had to fart and did a raspberry. Yeah, I've seen more than enough of him being shameless around about farts. I'm thinking, listen, number one, I think that's the most entertaining he's been is when he farts. Because, you know, he is. He's just an old fart. You've been watching Crazy Joe. It's enough to make anybody shit. John Hopwood said. Loud's actually in the chat, too. Andy Bass said, hello. Calvin, I guess, is calling you out there, Loud.
I know he is. Yeah. He does it all the time.
Michelle TGIF. Candy, what the hell? Halfway there exactly. Good evening, guys. Oh, they're talking about the song parody. Matt said best song parody ever. Thank you very much. Melanie Fox said hello. John Monroe says hello. John Monroe also mentioning about last night's game where fucking Brady marches down the field, gets the game-winning field goal. We'll kind of soften that up for on the Sunday show when I do the sports. Melanie says it sounds like Joe only has a phone, very computer illiterate. Only difference, Joe barely understands the English language. I agree. Melanie makes a point there. Very true. They need to teach sign language to Braille in school. I guess talking about your buddy over there, Billy.
Oh, Fresno.
Yeah, Fresno. Melanie, if anybody wants to create a thumbnail of Joe taking a load to the face, I offer my services on Pro Edit. Yes. Yes, Melanie, you need to give me that when you're done with it. And I'm not talking about the load. I'm talking about the picture. You need to give that to me. Give that to me. I'm telling you, we need it. Emily, hey, guys, she says. Karen, taking an extended vacation, but it's not her fault. Jackass is successful because people are being idiots, so therefore that's why Joe has content. Stupidity is entertainment. Yeah. She makes a point there. She makes a point.
That was gross.
That was gross, Melanie says. Dirk Don, Joe seriously think I vape in my videos. He doesn't know what a cigar is.
Oh, can I? Yes. Here.
Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, this is a vape.
Puff it out. Oh, yeah. Look at all that smoke. He wants to smoke. John Monroe says, I'll report that asshole. I'm sure he will. Michelle says, y'all are awesome. Thank you, Michelle. John says, looks like a tampon that he's wearing. Talking about you, Lon.
Oh, shut up, John.
I'm just saying, he said he'd lighten up a little bit. He's not doing it. Karen says he knows what they are. He just smokes out his ass. Matt said he's actually doing a show right now, but he left the chat open. He said he left it open in the browser while I'm on the other show and saw this. Yes, Melanie, we need that thumbnail of Joe getting squirted on. Sylvia, what's up? Good evening, hon. Good morning. Good evening. Hey. Deborah says, yeah, they are effing us over. Deborah, I guess, agrees with Joe. Melanie says, I'll work on it. It would be my pleasure. All right, yeah. Again, you need to send that to me. I will go ahead and make this the new logo of the show.
I want to see that.
I'll make that the new logo of the show.
And Archer's back.
Yeah, Archer's back. Back again. Deborah says our governor in Florida will fine businesses $5,000 if they ask if you've been vaccinated. Yeah, you hear that? $5,000. I thought it was $1,500, but I guess she might be right. $5,000 if they ask you if you've been vaccinated. You cannot go ahead and do that. Danielle says, hey, friends. Karen says, hey, lady, how's the shoulder? All right, so there we go. Caught up on that. 813-699-5353 if you want to go ahead and give us a call. Yeah, we got Bad Billy. We got DJ Loud. We got, we're virtual all over the nation today. All over the nation. Bad Billy, of course, from Outlaw Radio. You can hear it every Saturday on Raw Talk Online Radio. Actually, Saturday and Wednesday, 1 to 4 p.m. on the replay. This week, he will have Dirk Don on from Arrogant Media talking about the racist, the bitchy, the biggity, Crazy Joe, the one that does raspberries instead of farts because he doesn't have any gas or anything left in the tank, if you know what I mean. So, just saying. And then, of course, we're waiting on Michelle to go ahead and do a and do a money shot of on Joe. That's what I'm talking about. We need Joe with a money shot. I mean, if you can expose maybe a virtual cock that does the money shot, it's even better. You got to have that picture with him smiling. I mean, that's just. I mean, that's just that just makes it all worthwhile right there. When you go ahead and you get this picture, I'm telling you, you go ahead and get this picture with him smiling. Imagine cum on that nose and face, maybe even his hair. I'm just talking about it. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Get that jizz all over the hair, all over. I mean, where else does it go after you get fucked in the ass? It's probably going to go all over his hair. You know, he does have some long hair. You got to admit that. I mean, balding, but it's still long.
Oh no, it's that picture itself has to be old because look at those videos that were recently made.
Oh yeah, it's yeah.
He looks like shit.
Oh yeah, he does, and that's why he's probably not going to get any new pictures taken anyway because he looks like shit. You know, it's out the door. And on top of that, let's just go ahead and make one thing clear. Anybody that watches his videos, let's put it this way: he's not better than anybody. He's actually talks. Listen, he does have bits and pieces of entertainment in him, but that's it. I also have bits and pieces of turds in me that I shit out. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's just all bullshit. And if he goes ahead and attacks you, like he did
Block
Loud,
his dumbass.
you know, like he did Bill, you know what? Take for what it is. Yeah, block it. Because it's words. And words, that's all he has. That's all he has. He's never going to get an IT guy. He's never going to get his website running again or up to date again. He's never going to do his show because he has no show. There's nothing he can do to do anything about his show because he's there. There is it's an illusion. There's no show. There's no show. So the sooner everybody gets rid of this, and I know Billy, you're going to have your shots at him. Loud, you had a couple of shots at him on your Facebook video earlier in the week. I've definitely had my shots at him, and I'll stand behind that. I'll stand behind that. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't scared of you. Hold on, I'm gonna do a solo pose here. Hold on. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. You definitely don't intimidate me. You're definitely nowhere near my level. My level's up here. Your level is right above the fucking dumpster, right next to your freaking HUD housing project that you live in. Just letting you go. Make that very perfectly clear. You don't intimidate me. You don't do anything to me. Make me a little bit pissy, but you know what? It's okay. It's content. It's content. And that's all I can say. And that's it.
And just remember though, he's gonna come after somebody who's holding a gun.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what you got there, Joe. What are you going to come out with a gun? I'm going to come after you with my microphone. Yep. Let's see how good that works. Let's see how good that works.
Oh yeah. As to the last show, by the way, Joe, that rifle of mine was not paid for by me scamming a blind person. It was actually paid by Biden's stimulus checks. So there.
Hey, listen, you know, we wanted to go ahead because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that he's paying for that's from Biden's stimulus checks.
That's if he has any kind of income to get his check from. You know, I mean, does the man even work? I don't know.
No, he doesn't. You know what he does? He goes ahead. He's from like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock to like 3 o'clock in the morning. He does videos. And then from 3 o'clock, he like conks out, probably, you know, hunched over or something like that. Maybe he actually does fart. And then he wakes up and he does this shit all over again. It's like, it's a never ending washing machine cycle.
Well, Charles, this is what I can promise you. You wake up in the morning, you're next to your wife, you know, maybe you got some morning wood and you take that out on your wife. Who knows, you know, I mean,
I'll cold cock her.
Then you get up, you get some breakfast, but you're not thinking about Crazy Joe and what Crazy Joe's doing. I guarantee you, he wakes up, whether morning, evening, afternoon, whenever he wakes up.
Yep.
Before he takes his morning piss, I wonder what Billy's doing.
Well, wait a minute, Billy. I gotta put you on hold. Listen, you gotta give Joe a little bit more respect than that. The guy's like in his mid-60s, early 70s. He took his morning piss like 1 or 2, 3 times he had to get up in the morning. So he probably not even thinking at that time. He was barely able to whip it out. He probably has to change his diaper because he doesn't want to wet the bed. Those Depend diapers, they come in handy nowadays in Joe's age. I'm just saying. So he's probably taking a morning piss before he actually has any type of thought process, which the thought process in this in particular mind is like 4 hours after he gains consciousness.
And that he's wondering what I'm doing or what I'm saying. Same with you. Same with Dirk. Same with Matt.
Mm-hmm. He's got a love affair with Matt. Unbelievable. I really think he wants to rape him, to be honest with you.
And that he can't even come up with decent insults like Matzo Ratzo. What the fuck is that?
Well, that's Grandpapa talk over there. That's Grandpapa. Listen, Grandpapa, great Grandpapa, are you mad at me? Yeah, you ratso fatso. Which, by the way, Matt did comment. I think he's like 180 pounds, so I don't know how that's fatso. Now, if you want to call me fat, you have a legitimate claim there. 6'4", 320. Yeah, I got a little bit of a gut on me. I wear 4X shirts, so yeah. You can call me fat.
What he says about you is that you look like you're 100 years old.
103. Get it right. I'm 43. Look like 103. I'm Moses. I'm Dirtbag Charlie. Remember, Dirtbag Charlie.
But he's now high ratings Joe.
Yeah, he's high ratings Joe. He's high, all right. He's high in whatever
ass.
Yeah, he's high in whatever he wants. Look at the number of subscribers he has on YouTube, and look at my subscribers. And I don't even use YouTube. And I have more subscribers than he does.
Joe, I know you're listening, so what you really need to do is, I think you're saving your farts for when you can get under your blanket and Dutch oven yourself. That causes brain damage. Okay, you got to stop doing that.
You got to have a brain to have damage, though, dude. It doesn't matter. He's inhaling this mist. This mist that's caused from his anus. And you think that any normal person, when he inhales that gas, it goes up the nostrils and into this area where there's supposed to be a brain. But the problem is, the mist actually is confused because it's like, where the fuck's the brain? There's no brain here. Where is it? So it circles around and basically he goes into a daze and goes off on long rambling nonsense because the brain fog is up there with no brain.
By the way, Joe, this is Insults and Bashing 101. You might actually learn something from listening to us.
No, he will not learn from anything, and I think that's perfectly clear. Sorry. Wrong answer, Joe.
Are there any more comments?
No, we have no comments. We got a lot of people laughing at us, though, but that's good. That's good. 813-699-5353. Listen, I have not done blocking. I actually have his number, but I'm not going to call it. But I'm like saying, like, he can call in if he wants. I doubt seriously he has anything intelligent to say. But if he wants to call in, he can call. I don't care. I can't wait for tomorrow night, though, Bad Billy. I really can't. I can't wait to hear your version, Outlaw Radio, tomorrow night on Raw Talk Online Radio. We're going to hear you and Dirk go at it. Well, not go at it, but go at Joe the way only you two can. And I think you two, with those two great minds, because, yes, if you Dutch stuff in yourself, you would go ahead and have some type of panic. You would probably have, like, COVID. COVID in the brain. But because you have something there that can be damaged, but you and Dirk on the same show, that's gold. That's gold right there. And anybody that hasn't heard Bad Billy's Outlaw Radio, you need to listen to it. And if you can't listen to it on Raw Talk Online Radio, Your network there, Billy, AOW Broadcast?
AOW Radio Network. AOWradionetwork.com, which we are currently live there right now, too.
That's right. Everybody say hi. All right, that's cool. That is cool. Listen, Billy, I really appreciate you coming in. I mean, stick around if you want, but I have to go ahead and set up a break here pretty shortly because
please do.
All this talking about farting and everything like that and brain fog. It's Mother Nature's trying to knock on my door. Knock on heaven's door.
We got more to talk about too, and more that you want to talk about, and things that I want to pitch in on too. Yeah. So I'm going to stick around. So everybody knows, and it's a big subject. It's always going to be something that's going to be talked about. And now it's 20 years in the making. September 11th, which is tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and talk about where we were at that time, what September 11th means to us, and we definitely welcome your comments, your calls, and anything in regards to that. So we're going to take a quick break. As you can see right there, 813-699-5353. We're going to take a quick break. And when I say quick, I'm talking a couple of songs, so it's going to be like 6 or 7 minutes. So if you need to take a dump, it's probably the perfect time to do that. All right? But in the meantime, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Be kind and rewind. The Charles Richardson Show will be right back.
guys. I declare the tsunami's now funny. Now, this is not for everybody. This is not a joke for everyone. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Dave, you're going to lose your entire Indonesian fan base. The tsunami, or as I call it, God's money shot, is... global warming. That's what I'm trying to get at. Global warming, guys. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. Maybe I work for an oil company. The ice caps are melting, people. People always say it that way. The ice caps are melting. Maybe there's some really cool shit under those ice caps. I mean, like treasure. Or even better than treasure, a talking dinosaur who we can all have adventures with. Me first, I thought it up. What if he's really wise, too, and he can help us with our problems, you know? Hey, dinosaur buddy, since you are fuel, maybe you would know what the next untapped resource in this country is that we can burn. What did you say? Mexicans? That's fucking racist. You're a fucking racist. No one likes a prehistoric racist. Can I get a drink for Hitlersaurus over here?
Don't be a pussy. Call Charles now. 813-699-5353.
And back on the program here with me, Loud, Bad Billy of Outlaw Radio, right here with you live on a Friday, September the 10th, 2021. Just want to go ahead and shout out to our sponsors. Yeah, I said it, sponsors. Hog Calling and Contracting, they're the people you want to go ahead and call if you have anything that needs work. If you're just a lazy ass and you don't want to do anything around your home or cut your grass or do that one stupid thing that your car probably needs, give them a call. 941-204-1264. They service all of Southwest Florida. Go ahead and set up an estimate. Hard work, fair prices. They're there for all your needs. Also, Loud Hosting. Make sure you go ahead and shoot them a line for any of your broadcast needs. They service Shoutcast, Live 365. Even if you want to build a fucking website. Cool kick-ass to go ahead and get your brand that extra thing that they need. Go ahead and go to loudhosting.info. Loudhosting.info. Go ahead and fill out the contact information, and this man, DJ Loud, will get right with you sooner than later.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a big puff of smoke right there. That's a big, big puff over there. Anyway. Once again, just in case you didn't miss it, 813-699-5353. All right, so we're top of the hour right now. Tomorrow is September 11th. It marks 20 years since this country went ahead and saw an ungodly terrorist attack that killed thousands. And it changed basically our some of our culture to basically where it's like, you know, we were... Right after, it's like we were so loving and so, hey, you guys okay? Is everything all right? You know, firemen were lost, cops were lost, and families were broken. It was a real tragic time. And a lot of people tomorrow are going to remember, hey, this is where I was on that devastating day. This is what I remember of the breaking news story. And some people are even going to say, hey, that's the day I actually got the day off because they've told me everybody to go home. It's all how you remember it. And to believe it or not, 20 years ago, I was 23 years old working at a telemarketing company. I woke up. I didn't feel like going into work. I called out. Luckily for me, it didn't go against me because everybody else eventually got the day off too. But I remember sitting there, you know, watching whatever cartoon I was going to watch or whatever, and all of a sudden, breaking news. I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Why am I seeing and to be honest with you, I was stupid at the time. I didn't even know what the fuck the Twin Towers were. I'm over here seeing buildings, tall buildings being up in smoke. I'm thinking, okay, it's a fire. So get the fucking firemen up there. Let's go ahead and just turn it out. Why is this such a big deal? Oh, a plane ran into it. And they show the replay of the plane and the plane and the plane. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody's definitely getting fired for that. Again, it didn't click onto me until I saw these tall ass buildings just go whoa. I'm thinking, what the fuck? And it's like I see everybody running through the streets. I'm thinking, and then of course the other plane goes in, another explosion. I'm thinking, I'm eating chips and drinking soda. I'm thinking, I'm not even chewing. I'm just like, mouth wide open. And it was, and listen, and I'm, I didn't know what to think of it until finally, it all kind of calmed down, and somebody told me, it's like, well, there was some planes that were hijacked out of Boston. Boston? I'm from up there. I don't want to get tagged into this. Did Tom Brady die or something like that? Or so obviously I'm kidding with that, but it's like then you see the plane crashing into the Pentagon, and it's like we're under attack, and it's reality set in and fear started to set in. Now I didn't know anybody personally up there, and I felt bad for anybody that did. I felt bad that I did that somebody did. And it was just really sad. So that's where I was the day that everything went down. Where were you guys? I mean, what was going through your mind when you first saw it on the television or heard about it on the radio?
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead. You spoke first. You.
All right. First off, I do want to point something out. If you know who Anthony Perkins was. Right, you remember him, the actor from Psycho?
I can't say I did because I never watched Psycho, but I'll go ahead and say he's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, well, of course, he had passed away before 9/11 happened, but his wife was aboard one of the planes that had crashed into the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
So, but where was I? Well, I was unemployed at the time, so I was actually sleeping in. And I get a call at between 6 and 7 in the morning. I look at the caller ID and it's my grandmother, and I'm thinking, I'll call her back. I'm sleeping right now.
Right.
Half hour later, I get another call. It's a friend of mine. I'm sleeping. I'll call him back. So I get up about 2 hours later, and I got to let my dog out. And I check my answering machine. And first one from my grandmother was saying that my Aunt Patricia, who was living in New York City at the time, was okay, and she was nowhere near the World Trade Center. And I'm like, okay. And then... Right.
What significance is that again? You didn't know.
Okay. Yeah. And then second message is my friend, he said, turn on your TV. They got the World Trade Center. I'm like, okay, this is the second message I heard involving the World Trade Center. What the fuck is going on? So turn on the TV. Oh, shit.
Now, let me ask you this. When you turned on the TV, at that point in time, you saw everything live. Were the towers down or were they still up?
No, the moment I turned on the TV, I saw the rubble. And then I turned up. They said 2 planes have crashed into each tower of the World Trade Center, one in the Pentagon and one in Western PA. And I'm like, no, this was no accident. That clicked to me right away. This was no accident.
Right.
This was a direct assault.
Now, when you're thinking of that, are you thinking about who's doing it, or who could be the blame?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was, because right away I remembered that they tried to bomb the World Trade Center in 1993 and only, had killed less than 10 people and injured a few, and it was a complete, total botched failure then. And now it clicked to me, wow, they finished what they started. They won this round. They caught us off guard. They wanted to hurt us, and they did it.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, it's any type of loss of life, loss of structure like that, or just complete melt. I mean, it's going to create panic. It's going to create sorrow. It's you're right. They won. They won that round.
And I had no doubt in my mind, that I thought it was Middle Eastern terrorists, because that's who was responsible back in 1993.
Right. Right.
And sure enough, I mean, I had, just as I thought of it in my mind, sure enough, that all came about.
The one thing I don't understand is why can't they leave us alone? I understand we don't have the same beliefs as they do, and our religion and culture is different. But we're over here. We're not bothering them unless we're taking oil from them, and maybe that's the cause. I don't know, but
the part of it is the First Amendment, and I'm not saying freedom of speech. I'm saying freedom of religion. These radicals, that they believe if you don't worship the way they do, you should be condemned to death.
So they're at war against the entire world, pretty much, unless it's
they want their religion as their own totalitarian regime.
All right, fair enough. That's Bad Billy. Loud. You're up, my friend. Where were you 20 years ago?
I was in a group home for troubled teenagers.
Now,
I was in the kitchen working my morning shift. My boss calls me and goes, "Hey, come and check this shit out." I'm like, "Okay, let me grab a cup of coffee. Let's go see what the hell's going on." And
wait, a teenager grabbing a cup of coffee? You were in coffee back then?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Listen, I know it's a fad now, but when I was again, I'm also older than you, but when I was growing up, it's like nobody heard of coffee. Everybody was drinking Coke.
Well, I was 18 years old drinking coffee.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been drinking coffee since I was 5. But anywho,
that's why you have a shiny dome. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Hey, listen.
I know you are.
Listen, you know what? I honestly think the bald heads outnumber the ones with hair, because I'm outnumbered almost every time when I have multiple guys on the show that they just got no hair. I don't know if it's the look or what, but I'm
bald by choice.
Yeah. And I think as soon as my bald spot grows out a little bit further, I think I'm probably going to join you, because I think it just looks a whole lot better. Anyway, Loud, you group home, 18, grabbing a cup of coffee, going to see what's on the tube.
So they broke into our news channel at 8:22 a.m. saying that they heard some reports of some airplanes being hijacked flying around New York City. So my reaction at 18 years old in a group home with the kitchen staff, I'm like, what the fuck is this world coming to? Then 15 minutes later, first plane went in to Tower 1. And I'm watching it just smolder, and I'm like thinking of, oh shit, hope my mom's not flying to see her brother and got hijacked, and one of those planes came from where my uncle lives in Mississippi,
right?
And went to New York. So I'm thinking, okay, when I can get to a phone, I need to call and check on my mom because it's her birthday. It is 9/11. So I had to go with the rest of the group to a classroom for what was it, mathematics or some shit, and
right,
because I just graduated high school, so I had to wait until my college program opened up so I can transfer out of the group home into college. And 10:42 a.m. the second tower went down.
Loud, do me a favor. Mute that porn that you're watching.
It ain't porn. It's my fucking cell phone going off.
I'm over here hearing talk, and I'm thinking it's like it sounded like some type of Dutch guy. Like I should show my. I mean, that's what I heard. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about that ringtone later.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we? So all right. So you're seeing it on TV. You saw both planes go in as it happened. You still think what the fuck the world's coming to, or do you realize we're at war?
I'm like, okay, we just had our election. What? Our primary elections. I'm like, okay,
that was like a year and a half.
Yeah,
less than that, actually. Yeah.
Well, Bush got into office 2000, right?
He was elected, and then he was inaugurated in January 2001.
Oh, okay. So he's been in office just less than a year then. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, who the fuck did we piss off?
Everybody, all the time.
I didn't until Bad Billy mentioned about the Trade Center in '93. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Until he just reminded me, and I'm like, okay.
You were like 10 years old at that time?
I was 11.
You little diaper dandy.
Oh, go fuck yourself. But anywho, yeah, I was very young during the 93 attacks. But
now, with this being the 20th anniversary, does it mean anything at this point in time except just remembering the loved ones that were lost? If you had any loved ones that were lost, I mean, does it mean anything particular to you guys? Me, it just reminds me that anything can happen anytime.
I think a lot of us have forgotten to be vigilant after that. We need to keep being vigilant, especially with this disaster we've got in Afghanistan right now. I think we need to double, triple, quadruple our efforts at being vigilant right now.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, and that's the point I brought up to Loud before the show. It's like, you know, after this whole thing went down, everybody's like trying to help each other out, trying to go ahead and, hey, listen, you guys are okay. We're in need here. You got a friend in me, you know, Hakuna Matata, or any type of stuff that's cool to say nowadays. Now it's like we're back to being assholes, because anytime there is a disaster, everybody turns friendly. But as soon as, like, okay, everybody's back up and running, everything's back to normal, we go back to being assholes again. It's like
then we start blaming each other. Like, okay, this president started this shit, so it's his fault. Okay, it's like,
hold on a second. I got something to show you.
Oh boy, what do we got?
Now.
Oh, it's not what we have. It's what he has.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's what he has. Let me get a little I mean,
take that, bitch.
That's decent. I mean, I think it could be done a little bit better. I mean, it kind of looks like 24 karat gold. Somebody squirted 24 karat gold on his face.
Or mustard.
You know what? This could be like our first draft. What do you guys think?
It needs a little comic bubble at the top there that says, "Ooh, what a lovely tea party."
No, I don't like that.
Oh, look!
How about just I love loads?
Oh, that works.
Yeah, that would work.
Or what I just said. Oh, look! I just got cum done.
Come watch the Crazy Joe show. I don't know.
Oh no, too close to the nose looks like snot.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be like, you know, he has to have like some cum bubbles on there, like he's swallowing it or something like that.
Oh, God damn it.
But I thought it was something he actually did.
Yeah, well, I think he does. It's just, you know, he's in the closet. He's not going to come out.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Melanie and Dirk. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. Mel actually used a money shot image to make that. Oh, yeah, okay. I can see how he did, yeah. So basically, they just took the shot and just, you know, took the cum strippies and put them on there. I get it. It works. Here, one more chance to look at it. Yeah, it does kind of look like snot a little bit. But I mean, overall, look, it's a good first draft. I think I think it needs to be like more white pasty, to be honest with you. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen, Melody, good first draft. Could you kind of perfect it? I mean, that's listen, if that's all you got, that's great. That's fine. We'll work with it. But I mean, just saying, if you could make it a little bit more whitey with the, well, excuse me, I don't mean whitey like that. You know, I'm not a crazy Joe, but I'm talking about just make the cum a little bit more white. I think that would be good. I mean, you know how his teeth are? Whiter. Because he doesn't have white teeth. All right, so talking about 9/11, we're talking about that. We're talking about like, you know, what it means to us. And I think, you know, it's actually something we need to remember. We need to get back to being kind to one another. Enough of this, you know, I'm with Biden, I'm with Trump, I'm to the left and to the right. It's just stupid. This whole, you know, are you red or blue? Listen, I'm tan. I don't need to be red or blue. Okay? You know, so just enough with it. Enough with all this bipartisanship and all this other stuff. Just can't we be people again? Can't we be just people?
But we have one other problem, and that has been over the last 20 years now. Here comes that generation of people who were kids at the time are now adults, and we're talking. A lot of them have been indoctrinated to whatever ungodly, whatever, you know, and these ideals that are so extreme that I sometimes wonder, it sometimes makes me lose hope if we can get back to that point, because, you know, so many of that society that were babies now are babies then, excuse me, have been taught this and taught that. And, you know, can we teach them to get to that point?
Right.
Well, because
go ahead, Lud.
Last night on the news, I was watching a newscast, and there's this teacher. I don't remember what state she was from, but she makes it a focal point on 9/11 in her classroom to make these kids watch a documentary about one of the people that lost their lives, which was an athlete, and then go home and write a story about what they learned or about the person that was taken during that attack, and try to put themselves in their shoes back then, but they're still kids now, learning that what all the rest of the world went through during 9/11.
Right.
Which I thought was cool.
I get that, but can you really go ahead and actually put that on somebody, like say, go ahead and backtrack. These events happened 20 years ago. Can you really go ahead and backtrack into that? I mean, do you want to? Some people need therapy for stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, talk to some of those. That's one thing I've noticed. I got to bring this up is I'm seeing post after post of World War II veterans that are turning 100. I've seen at least 10 of them. And hats off to those brave men that I saw the pictures of. And I have to say men because I didn't see any women. So anybody politically correct and want to call me a misogynist, whatever. No, I have not seen any women, or I'd salute them too.
Right.
But you know,
Andrew Johnson went ahead and posted the Pentagon is meant to be the most secure building in the U.S., but CCTV was using a VH recording device that shows only the tail end of the missile that hit it. So that's interesting. I mean, any type of recording like that. I'm sure we still got playback of all different angles of where that plane hit. And both planes, actually. Actually, I think only 3 planes. Weren't there like one tower got hit with 2 planes and...
No. One plane in Tower 1, one plane in Tower 2. Then the Pentagon got whacked. And there was a 5th plane that got shot down. And it was on a crash course for the White House.
Well, no. So I think that the plane you're talking about that got shot down, actually the passengers took over the plane. They fought on that plane and it crashed.
Yeah, but there's reports that I saw in the documentary last year saying that there was a 5th plane that was also shot down.
Okay.
You say that I'd never heard anything of, but one thing I do want to say about the plane that crashed in western Pennsylvania is I don't know who on that plane, might have been military or whatnot, but every single passenger on that plane needs to be honored as a veteran because they were drafted soldiers into that war, and you know they fought.
Yep.
So they need to be honored like veterans.
They were voluntold, you need to take over this plane and don't allow any more damage to the U.S. And they risked their lives for that.
Yeah, because there were people with cell phones that said, well, that got on them and said they attacked the World Trade Center and they knew, okay, we're going to die today. Let's go down fighting.
Yep. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that, you know what, you think of that. You're in that plane, you're thinking, oh man, I'm not going to see my loved ones ever again. I'm not going to, this is it. This is it for me. It's a sickening feeling. It really is.
But for most of those people on the plane that took the one plane down, and the military vets, let's just say that they were brave enough to at least help stop some of the fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they were. They were. And, I can't think of it, as if you're going to go down there. Death is imminent for all of us. We know that. But if you know the time at which you're going to die, go down fighting.
That's scary.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If somebody told you guys, it doesn't matter who it is, somebody told you guys are dying October 25, 2025 at 10 a.m., okay, you say, all right, well, I got 4 more years left to go. I got stuff I could to do. But when that year gets to you and it's like, I'm dying tomorrow, what the hell am I going to do? It's like, it's not enough time anymore. It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought.
Mm-hmm. I just got to bring this up, Charles. I watched those movies, if you remember, they were made years ago called Faces of Death. They go over things like chickens getting their heads cut off to one shot of death row and death row inmates. And the narrator said, just imagine this, knowing when and how you're going to die.
Yeah. It's scary. It really is. It really is. All right, enough death. 813-699-5353. That's the number to call if you want to go ahead and jump on. Facebook chat is blowing up, too. We just got Cum Shot Joe on there now. So, just one more opportunity there. There you go. He looks like he was enjoying his soup running down his nose, but he likes it. He had a nice big smile on there. So, bringing up more politics. Biden and the vaccine. Yeah, I know it's a hard pill to swallow, or in this case, a tough shot to take. And we're not talking about cum shots. Joe apparently liked that shot. Probably not going to like the vaccine shot. Now he's mandating you have to take the vaccine, and for employers, for over 100 people employee, you either take the shot or you get weekly testing. How do you feel about that? Loud.
I think it's a crock of shit. I'm just going to say it out loud. Yeah. I think, but the thing is, this vaccine is not proven. Like old vaccines, measles, mumps, whooping cough, polio. Those vaccines are proven.
Yeah, but the thing is also too. And this is one of the things where I'm like, okay, they got the seal of approval, but how legitimate is that seal anymore? How much money were they paid to stamp that seal, the FDA seal, on the Pfizer?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it was forced. I'm assuming it was forced, but it is proven is a really vague term. But it has been shown not to prevent the virus, not to prevent from contracting it. It's been proven for you to stay out of the hospital when you get it. So it's not shown to prevent the virus for you getting it. It is just staying out of the hospital. And what Biden is trying to do, which I mentioned the other day, he is in a knee-jerk a situation. He's in charge of the country. The country's shown that we're going back down the same funnel as we did last year, with all the hospitals being at max capacity. Some don't have now we have enough ventilators. Now we're prepared a little bit better. But it's like all the hospitals are stacked up. We have a staffing shortage, and people are leaving on top of that because they have to get vaccinated in order to work at a hospital now on some of these levels. So he's back in the same rabbit hole, and what he's doing, it's like, okay, enough of this shit. Everybody get vaccinated, or else. And I mean, you got to look at it at his perspective. It's like, we tried incentives. We tried telling you to go ahead and do it. We're trying to be nice. We're not being nice anymore.
No, I don't give a shit what he says. He can make it law, whatever. Fine. I will happily break the law before I take that damn shot. I am not going to do it.
Loud,
my firm stance on it.
Loud, what do you think?
Well, one, I think it's a crock of shit.
Okay,
but
so
at the same time, he's trying. There's a part of me. There's a small sliver of me that agrees with what he said yesterday. To a point where, yeah, it will protect older generation people. Also protect our youth that can't get the damn shot. I'm just going to flat out say I'm vaccinated. I'm glad I am because I have underlying health issues. I just don't want to fucking die if I ever do get the son of a bitch.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing for me is I have had COVID. And of course, I know people haven't lucked out as much as I have, but I didn't get that sick.
No. Well, we know somebody that did. And it's a really, really eerie thought out there. It's like, look, this can happen. How do you know when and if you know what? It's not even if anymore. When you get it, we're going to get it. It's going to happen. When you get it, are you going to fall deathly ill or even ill to the point where you have to have a freaking BiPAP machine or oxygen or even, God forbid, a ventilator?
You know, I didn't even get tested. I just know I had it because this is funny. You can laugh at this, but this last year I went to Oregon and went to the cannabis shop and got me some goodies. And I shared a joint with my daughter, and but I had some cold symptoms going on, and so did she. She goes and gets tested and comes up positive, and I'm like, well, I've got these symptoms. I smoked off the same joint as her.
Yeah.
I know I've got it. What's the point of going to get tested? And I just, kept to my own quarantine. I quarantined myself if they didn't even, they wanted, because after my daughter came up positive, they said, you need to come in and get tested. I'm like, no, I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah. Stay home, just stay in quarantine. I mean, especially if you know for a fact that, well, I guess you can't know for a fact, but listen, I'm just that sick. It's to the point where I don't want to even try to interact with anybody. Let me just get this over with and be done with it. How long did it last? Did it last its full 2 weeks? Did it last a couple of days? How long?
It lasted a good 10 days, and to note too, I did not take any ivermectin. I did not take any hydrochloroquine. I just took aspirin. One thing that I eliminated from my medicine cabinet is ibuprofen, because that was one of the biggest causes of all the deaths in Italy. Was the doctors were giving out mass amounts of ibuprofen, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take Tylenol or aspirin, whatever. But I eliminated ibuprofen out of the medicine cabinet.
Right. So, and Loud, have you had anything similar to what Billy had?
I never got the coronavirus. When they said it's time for me to get the shot, my doctor agreed, and I just went and did it.
Okay.
Well, see, the worst part for me was I lost my sense of smell for, maybe it was actually a good thing too, because here's another funny story about that time I had it. Is I completely lost my sense of smell. However, it's weird. I could still taste my food when I was eating, but my wife has this horrible, foul-smelling fart spray, and
oh my God.
she decided to put me to the test and just douse the whole room with it. And usually when she sprays that, I'm ready to puke. I didn't smell a damn thing.
Or pass out.
Yeah.
What I want to know is why does she have horrible smelling fart spray?
Yeah, I mean, it's
for pranks.
For pranks, great.
Oh, okay.
Great. I mean, that's got to be a marriage in heaven right there.
Oh, my goodness.
So, well, hopefully there is actually, I've heard that there's actually, I think Congress is trying to overthrow that rule, even though it went into, it hasn't gone into effect yet because he said he's going to give some time to it, but they're looking to overthrow it. So it may be a knee-jerk reaction for everybody that's like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? But it may not even come through. It may not even get passed to become law. So, which is good. I don't think we need that. We don't need any more of that shit.
Can I add to note one other thing too? That's a bit off topic.
Sure.
One thing that did not pass, and thank God it did not pass, is David Chipman being the head of the ATF. That murdering son of a bitch should be in jail.
Really? All right. Didn't even know anything about it, to be honest with you.
Well, I called into your show maybe a couple months ago talking about it, but he was there at the siege in Waco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he is not going to be the head of the ATF. That got shut down.
Well, that's good. That's good. Very happy to hear that. All right. So here's one thing that's kind of disturbing. Google apparently has a racial re-education program.
Oh, jeez.
Let's watch this real quickly because this will give us all the information we need.
Fox News alert. Tonight, we've obtained leaked documents courtesy of Chris Rufo, reportedly from inside Google, exposing the perverse racial brainwashing going on in one of America's largest and most powerful tech companies. One graphic allegedly created by Google's diversity and inclusion lead claims that expressions of, quote, socially acceptable white supremacy include things like celebrating Columbus Day, the denial of white privilege, and the phrase, "Make America Great Again." While another graphic shows conservative commentator Ben Shapiro and former President Donald Trump are only a few steps away from, quote, mass murders on the white supremacy pyramid. It is a disturbing discovery made all the more terrifying when you remember these are the people who are responsible for nearly everything you see online. Manhattan Institute senior fellow Chris Rufo is here now with more.
I'm going to pause this because it goes in and on and on and on and on. I wanted to ask you this. Go ahead.
Something else is looking at that pyramid there. That was created by a group, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm an activist for the people of South Africa, and
mass murders on the white supremacist Google.
Hold on, I'm trying to pause it at the right spot.
Okay. Yeah, because there is a logo on that from a vile, disgusting group of people called Busting the Myth of White Genocide in South Africa. Now, I will agree it's not just white people that are under scrutiny in South Africa. The black farmers are getting it just as bad. If you look at the farms in South Africa, the farm murders are some of the most horrific things. If you Google that or whatever, you're gonna read some horrific stuff, and they're trying to say that it's not happening. But I've seen the pictures. I've talked to one of the victims. You cannot make this shit up. And if you look down to below where it says "All Lives Matter," the person circled there is a gentleman by the name of Ernst Roots, who's the head of a company in South Africa called AfriForum, and their purpose is to help all South African farmers, white and black, because they're under heavy scrutiny there. So busting the myth of white genocide in South Africa are a bunch of fascist pieces of shit.
So all this whole pyramid, basically, we just throw out and stick the tip up their ass.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and this was from Fox News, and that's where I kind of do we really want to believe this? I don't know. But I mean, don't get me wrong. The point that they do make, Google and Microsoft and Apple and all these other media companies, they do control a lot of the shit that we look at. And they can in some way twist it and, shine it up real nice, put it up sideways and shove it right up our ass. I mean, so that's something we can't ignore because it does happen. It does happen. Maybe not into the point where they're doing this pyramid thing, this pyramid scheme, but I mean, do you agree that it's definitely out there?
This whole thing, like I said, I mentioned earlier about reparations. This critical race theory is going to only divide us more.
I agree.
Where does it end?
It ends when no more white actors. It's all black. It's already started, believe it or not, in Big Brother.
My wife has pointed that out since she's an avid watcher of Big Brother.
Yeah, it's already started. You cannot tell me that, yes, this is reality TV. Yes, it's supposed to be in each other's hands, but you can't tell me that this was not rigged in some way, shape, or form. Go ahead.
This is what I'm going to say. It was not rigged, but the deck was stacked.
Yeah.
They didn't, they didn't control the voting and whatever, but they purposely put more people of color in the House this year than there ever has been before.
Yeah.
And
I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at that.
No, but that has trickled down into this super alliance forming that has done very well and has managed to keep itself concealed for all this time. And they had a very good plan.
Yes.
Everybody had their person and that was outside of the alliance so that nobody was catching on to the alliance that had formed. So they had their person and they sat on the block with their person and their person went home.
Yep.
And it worked. It worked well.
So the thing basically with Big Brother is, and again, if you've watched it, got to have the numbers. So obviously, when they first started the alliance, they were a group of 6, but there was like 15, 14 people in the house. So they had majority of the numbers, and if they had their plus ones, which is I like to call it, there you go. You have there's 6 plus 6, that's 12. You have the majority vote going on, which you could go ahead and intimidate. And the thing about alliances is alliances don't always last. As a matter of time, most of them don't always last.
Because usually they're exposed at some point or somebody doesn't agree with something that somebody says.
Yeah, which is what happened to us last week. But it's all the way to the end anyway. They accomplished their mission. Their mission was to get to the final 6 with all of them. So it is guaranteed this year there is going to be a minority winning Big Brother for the first time ever. And it's 23 seasons.
I wouldn't know. I don't really watch the show, but I think it's time. This wokeness needs to go, and it's time to wake up.
I think we need to stop overcompensating. Because right now, Black Lives Matter. All this movement that's going on with it. Listen, I get it. There's not equality going on at all. And you know what? Now, with everything again being tipped to the scales for the African American side, there's still not equality going on. So it's like, listen, instead of tipping the scales 90% because of this movement, let's even everything out. Hey, are you white or black? Does it matter? Give me the same pay that this guy is getting. That I am is qualified. Give me that pay. Same pay, same equal opportunity, same everything. It shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be this way where we have movements being formed because we're not seeing are, we're not seeing benefits of being black, or we're not seeing benefits of being Mexican or Asian or whatever. It should be all on the same level. Everybody gets treated equally. Doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Charles, I got to say, since I've mentioned South Africa and why I'm an activist for those people, is one thing we have to realize, and I've said this many times before, is that what is going on in South Africa is the blueprint test bed for what they want here in America, as well as the rest of the world. They have a system in South Africa called black economic empowerment, meaning that if you own a business, it must be 51 to 60% black owned, or you get no business.
Do you feel that's right? I don't feel that's right. Why should it matter?
Not right.
Why should it matter who owns it?
But this is what's coming if we're not careful.
I think it's already coming, to be honest with you. I think it's in place. It's set to be in place. Excuse me, it's probably not in place right now because it's going to take years for that to happen. But I think it's going to be in place. And I think that's unfortunate because we're supposed to be a nation that accepts everybody equally. Supposed to be. Now, was that ever done? No. But it's supposed to be.
And look at South Africa itself. Now, I am definitely not pro-apartheid. I don't agree with that type of segregation that they had during the apartheid era. However, there are black people that were alive during the apartheid era that say bring it back because it was a safer place to live. South Africa was considered to be the second America. It was the place where they had the first successful heart transplant. Mm-hmm. They had a thriving economy, even better than ours at one time. Now they've, ever since the fall of apartheid and the rise of the ANC government, it has slipped further and further into the abyss. So, watch what's happening over there because that's what's coming here if we're not careful.
We got to be careful. Got to be careful. Otherwise, it's going to be another race war, except it's going to be the opposite. Nobody's ever going to be happy. Nobody's ever going to be happy. Okay, let's talk a little bit lighter.
Yes.
A lot lighter.
I don't have much time, so I got...
Taco Bell has made a push. Taco Bell wants you to send back your used sauce packets for them to reuse.
Well, isn't their job already? Their job is already giving people diarrhea. Do they want to make it worse?
I think so. I think they want to become the next colon cleanse, and one of the memes I have actually has a colon cleanse. I'm just saying. I don't understand that point where they want to go ahead and send back used sauce packets. I mean, anyway, according to CNN, Taco Bell has a plan in place to recycle some 8 billion pounds of used sauce packets that go into U.S. landfills every year. The fast food chain is rolling out a nationwide pilot program for customers to send in the used sauce packets back through the mail.
So their sauce packets are made out of foil and plastic. They can be
recyclable,
cleaned,
right,
melted down, and reused.
Can you imagine the person that has to take that Q-tip and clean out these sauce packets?
I'm sure they don't use a Q-tip.
Yeah.
I am sure.
All right. Here we go. Here's how it works. TerraCycle is the company that's running this. Here's how it works. Customers sign up for a TerraCycle account. They collect empty sauce packets in a recyclable container, print a free shipping label from the website, and ship the box back via UPS. Taco Bell will display QR codes and other signage in various parts of restaurants to promote the program and encourage signups. Rather than dropping off the used sauce packets at a restaurant, Taco Bell is using the mail because a majority of transactions are taking place at its drive-thru and not eaten out of the restaurant. It also discovers that this is the preferred way customers during this pilot launch to do the mail.
Yeah, because they want to be at their own house when they have diarrhea.
Absolutely, yeah. We don't want to be hopping around, squeezing our knees to go ahead and the taco chain is hoping by 2025, packaging used by its customers will be fully recyclable, compostable, and reusable across all of its 7,000 global locations. It said in its program, it's the first step, but not the final step of becoming a more sustainable brand. Good idea, bad idea, or is it just messy?
I don't know because I took food sanitation for about a year, or I took culinary arts and failed for the most part. But food sanitation is one of the classes that I did pass, and that just doesn't sound right to me.
No.
Well, it's no different than recycling a
can of soda, a bottle of water, anything else. I mean, it has to be sanitized and cleaned thoroughly, and then they melt it down, which the temperatures that they have to put it at to melt it down would would kill anything on it anyway. Yeah.
And then
Andy was making the point.
It into something else.
Andy was making the point. You think how much COVID people had touched to use those sauce packets, but like Alyssa said, when they melt it down, it's going to kill anything. It had. So, Loud, what do you think? When you go to eat Taco Bell after you have diarrhea, do you want to reuse your sauce packet?
Hell no.
I don't.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
But like what Bad Billy said, I also took culinary arts in college. And I passed that part of sanitation for flying colors. So it's one thing rinsing out a pop can, but before you have to mail these packets back, don't you think you would have to rinse it out at least?
No, well, but that's the thing.
Does that stink or ruin the box or envelope that you have to use to send it back?
Dude, you're talking way above my pay grade. I have no idea. All I know is they want their sauce packets. By God, I hope they're wearing the freaking clips on their nose to go ahead and prevent the smell.
No. Those sauces aren't gonna. They're not. They have so many preservatives in them. They're not gonna grow mold or anything like that.
No, it's a laxative. That's why.
I very highly doubt that there's very much, if any, odor when you leave one of those sauce packets for a while.
It makes you give an odor. It just
might make a mess because it might still have a little bit of sauce or something like that, but I don't think it would have any odor.
Yeah, I agree. No odor.
Go to Taco Bell this week and leave one out on the counter after you use it for about a week. Let's see if there's an odor.
All right, yeah. Well, listen, we have something in the refrigerator, so maybe
we have an overabundance of Taco Bell sauce packets.
Yeah, tons.
I never accepted, so I'm not really that worried about it. So, as long as
I can't hear anybody except for Charles, I'm just letting you guys know because my headphones are messing up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, I never eat it, so as long as I don't find a Band-Aid in my burrito, I'm fine.
Wow.
Listen, that has happened.
Listen, no, I'll tell you what's happened has really been disgusting. About 25 years ago, I had Taco Bell. I had a soft taco. Open up the soft taco, out comes a little baby roach.
Yeah!
I swore off Taco Bell for years.
I don't blame you there. That's nasty.
It is. It's like I was horrified. I did not seek therapy, although I should have. But that was nasty.
And then he met me, and I love Taco Bell.
Yeah,
so
I can't get away from it now. Last thing, real quick. Novavax begins an early stage trial for a combined flu COVID vaccine. Another vaccine's coming out. Vaccine developer Novavax Inc. said on Wednesday it's initiated the early stage study to test a combined flu and COVID vaccine. The trial, to be conducted in Australia, will enroll 640 healthy adults between the ages of 50 and 70 who have either been previously infected with the coronavirus or have given an authorized COVID-19 vaccine at least 8 weeks prior to the study. Participants will receive a combination of the company's COVID vaccine and its influenza shot, along with an adjuvant or a vaccine booster. Greg, the president of the research and development at Novavax, said the combination of these two vaccines may lead to greater effectiveness for the healthcare system and achieve higher levels of the protection against COVID-19 and influenza with a single regimen. Novavax expects to have the trial within the first half of 2022 to have the results. What do you guys think?
No comment.
No comment or no vax?
Both.
Loud. Anything on that one with the combination now of a flu and COVID? It just sounds like a COVID vaccine, really.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm also going to plead no contest.
They're trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Well, I think we kind of saw this happening. So instead of getting a coronavirus vaccine every year and a flu vaccine every year, we're just going to mush the two together, pop it in a needle, and say, have a nice day.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. All right. Hey, listen, that's all I got. I mean, I have a few other things, but I know Bad Billy has to go ahead and skedaddle. So, Bad Billy, any last words? By all means, promote your show for tomorrow. Everything. Go ahead.
Well, first off, Charles, thank you so much for the opportunity. It kind of came to me unexpectedly, asking me to co-host, but hey, I got the time. I'm happy to do it. So, Outlaw Radio will air tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on the AOW Radio Network, and then, of course, released more for syndications on other stations, including Raw Talk Online. I'm interviewing a gentleman by the name of Larry Keys. Most of you never heard of him. He's a country and kind of a country and rock singer out of Central California area that I actually knew 20 years ago, and we had a conversation and talked about some old times. Then, of course, the second hour, you'll hear the conversation with me and Dirk with the roast of the racist retard, Crazy Joe, and Stephen James, the icon, and I will be talking some more 9/11 discussions.
All right, fantastic. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. AOW Radio Network, right there to hear Outlaw Radio.
Yes.
Bad Billy, thank you very much for coming on the show, and we will check you out tomorrow, and thanks again.
By the way, I already mentioned most of what's going to be discussed about Crazy Joe, but there's going to be a surprise in there that you're not going to want to miss.
Oh, we got to listen to it. Oh man! I'm definitely gonna go ahead and clip some of that stuff and put it on this show if that's the case. If that's that good.
I'll get it to you.
All right, Bad Billy. Thanks again, man.
You bet.
All right, there you go, Bad Billy, and that just leaves. Now we're down to 3. Well, we were at 3. Then we hit 4. Now we're back to 3 again, which is still good. 81369. You know what? I'm not even going to. No, fuck the number. We only got 8 minutes left to go anyway. We got memes. I don't think we have good news, do we?
I had something, but I think it's something that we've reported before, so.
All right, we'll leave it off that.
Yeah.
Andy Bass says the way that people don't want to have the vax, if they have the flu vax, the rest of the people will get vax. So basically, it's like, hey, listen, if you market it as a flu vaccine, let's line up. Let's line up for it. But if it's a flu COVID vax, it's like, I don't know if we want to do that.
I did have a little bit of news, not that anybody else probably cares, but
good.
The Backstreet Boys were supposed to be releasing a Christmas album. And they were supposed to be doing a stint in Vegas again for Christmas this year. Well, they have canceled. Stating that things that would normally be done fairly quickly were taking too long because of different things with COVID and everything else. And so they weren't able to put out as quality of a product as they were hoping to at this time. So the Christmas album should be coming out next year, but they are canceling the dates in Vegas. So I'm glad that I didn't even try to look at how much those were.
No, we don't even want to look. I think we looked at tickets before, and that's what was happening. Yeah. Oh, your boyfriend up north is calling in. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Hi, Alyssa. How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, good to hear. Hey, I'm going to get the vax tomorrow, Charles.
Oh, awesome.
Seeing Scotty, because I was highly against it. Seeing Scotty and what he was going through really touched home. It scared me.
Yeah, it scared a lot of people. It really did, and I know it did. I did. Holly was on the fence, but she got quickly off the fence.
Yep, and my family up here, they're happy I'm going to get it because they know how anti I am against it, and I live with my sister, and she's very happy, so. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my chance. I don't want to end up like Scotty DJ, And man, he's lucky to be where he's at right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's back home. That's good. He's still on a little bit of oxygen, but he's making worlds and worlds of progress. It's getting a lot better for him.
I'm gonna take my chance, and I won't survive. Like Holly said, I won't survive. If I have to go through what he went through, I'm not surviving it. I got diabetes, another thing going on, and I won't survive it.
Get it done, man.
Anyways,
get it done.
Great show.
Thank you very much.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too. Good night.
Bye.
John wanted to go ahead and say hi to his girlfriend. You got to be happy to have an admirer like that. Come on now. All right. Anyway, let's.
I feel like Eeyore. Thanks for noticing me.
Thanks for noticing me. Let's get to the memes here real quick. We're going to go ahead, probably take it to the end of the show on this one here. So, all right. So here's the first meme. Here's the one I was talking about. I wonder if people paying $300 for a colon cleanse even know about Taco Bell's $4.99 deal. Oh, man, I didn't get as much of a laugh as I thought it was.
Oh, no, I cracked up when I read it the first time. I've just read it before.
Yeah. This one here is a big logo. Raising husbands is exhausting. Okay. The world right now is a big ball of flames. There's Will Ferrell. Yay, football season! Okay. I know.
You said ball of flames and Will Ferrell, and all I could think of was Talladega Nights when he thought he was on fire.
No. Okay. So the top picture has a city with it's all on fire.
Okay.
At the bottom, Will Ferrell dressed up, yelling, "Yay! It's football season!"
Okay.
That's anyway.
Yeah.
You got to see this stuff. Dearest neighbors, please do not call the police. It's not domestic violence or a wild party. It's football season. It's just me screaming at my TV.
I need that for my door.
Yeah. Here's Patrick from SpongeBob looking all defiant when she's giving you roadhead and you see a pothole coming up. That's great. That's so bad. I'm going to have to put you on my to-do list. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I have a dirty mind, and right now you're running through it naked. What do you call a cheap circumcision? A rip-off.
Oh.
Painful.
Yeah.
When you think of the weird and freaky sexual shit that you're into, do you ever wonder if you got it from your mom or your dad? Well, you are now.
Thought never crossed my mind.
Well, it did now. That's the point. I don't diet. I just eat according to my goals. Okay? They're called man hours because a woman would have that shit done in 20 minutes. Shut up. Here's Kermit the Frog laying down all sprawled out. I need to get out of this bed. I'm late for the couch. When I said I was normal, I might have exaggerated slightly. And finally, I saw a store that has a sign that reads, "We treat you like family." Yep, not going in there. And there are your memes for today, Friday, the 10th of September, 2021. Brought to you in part by the Charles Richardson Show. And we are at time. Loud, any final words that you have for us?
Those memes were funny.
There's some of them were. I mean, they're hit or miss sometimes. But listen, pimp out your website real quick last time.
It's loudhosting.info. I will answer any messages that come to it within 20 minutes. If I'm not busy, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm very, very fair on my prices. Friendly too. Just if you need a website, come and talk to me.
All right, there you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. On behalf of Alyssa, DJ Loud, we want to say thank you for Bad Billy joining us for today. And make sure you go ahead and listen to Outlaw Radio tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on AOW Radio Network. And, of course, his show will be on Wednesday, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern on Raw Talk Online Radio. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Wednesday. Later, Gator.
Fly too high, get to see the light. Yeah, it's true, been there before.